In this demo, I want to show you one way that you can write a unit test. Now, I've got my worldwide importers project and solution here, and I've got a test project as well. Now, this is a unit testing project from the MS Test framework. You can look on MSDN for how to create this and set this up. And in here, I've got a series of unit tests. And if I double click this file, what we'll find is that I have a series of tests here. And one of them is this first one where I'm going to check the active employee view. Now, I've already written some of this code so that it makes it a little bit easier for us to understand what's going on, but this is simple T-SQL. I'm going to declare a variable. I'm going to select a count from active employees, and I'm going to get the value of that and return it. And then my test condition says that the condition fails if the result set column 1, row 1 is not 1. And that's all I've returned here is column 1, row 1. So how do I know that that's going to be 1? Well, one of the things that I do here in this test is that I'm going to go ahead and set all of the current employees in this table to 0 for the isEmployee column. Now I do this because this is a transaction and this will all be undone at the end of the test. But for now I want to set everything to 0. Then what I'm going to do is find the last value that's in the person ID and then add 1 to it. Then I'm going to insert a new value in using only the columns I need. In this case, these are all the not null columns. I'm just going to insert data. And really the important piece of data here is this one. This one. It's the isEmployee. So this means I should have only one user that's an employee. Everything else should be 0. Now there is always at least one user in the person table for the foreign keys, so there is always a user number 1 there. So if this test didn't work correctly, if this active employee view wasn't correct, I would at least get a 2 out of here. But because active employees is actually checking that flag, this returns 1. And when I committed this to a build and I ran it, we'll see here that the test ran correctly. And if I in fact look at the results here, and we'll look at the past tests, we'll see that the checked active employee view in fact, passed here. That's because this was, as I expected, there's only going to be one row in there that matches the isEmployee equal 1. That's a quick example of how we can build a test in a unit testing project. There are various other ways you can build unit tests in your database project, and I would encourage you to examine different frameworks and different ways of writing tests so that you're comfortable building tests for your own projects.